Hey, Brian.
Hello? Hey.
Hi. So this is Brian Prager, who is oh gosh, tell me what year you are. Third year?
Rising third year, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I feel so
We
old.
get old so
Okay.
fast.
Brian Prager's a rising third year grad student at UVA. No, because I remember when he started. I was doing one of the workshops.
3 years ago.
Oh, shut up. So Brian, so you're in Charlottesville, Virginia. Are you actually at the office? Are you home?
I'm at the office right now.
You're at the office. Yay. Don't scare the janitor by sleeping on the couch. I did that.
He already
many
saw me,
times.
so.
Oh, okay. So you're good. Okay. And you are a current member of Dark Skies Bright Kids. We were just, Abel and I were reminiscing what it was like doing the activities, doing wiggle time, doing things with liquid
Can you do
nitrogen.
wiggle time with our audience?
Can I do wiggle time with our audience?
Yes.
You want me to run around the attic?
Yes. Let's get Joe up here.
Have everyone do payload tag.
Oh, I haven't heard this one. What's
that one?
payload tag?
So payload tag is where we have the kids actually carry each other on their back and run around like rockets, and they drop the payload off halfway through.
That's fantastic. I never did that because my knees hurt, so I didn't do wiggle time. So do you participate in wiggle time?
I've done it once or twice.
Okay.
As a third year, I'm now getting more time to go out to some of those events. So.
Yes, that's right. Now you're done with your classes. Congratulations. That's a big step. That's a big step. Have you done Casleo Ori?
I have not.
Okay, I was trying to understand. I was trying to remember what the rules of that game were, but I don't. Yes, Pamela did put her Google glasses on the stuffed bear,
Yeah.
behind
it's
us.
the bear of charging.
The bear of charging.
I'll share a picture on Google Plus so you can see what I mean.
So Brian, what is DSBK up to now? When it started, it was a ragtag bunch of volunteers going out to schools with very little clue of how to do education with children. Where are you guys now?
So right now we are still holding to one of the main goals. We go out to urban schools and we try and teach kids to enjoy science. You want to
Rural
foster-
schools, sorry.
Sorry, what?
Rural schools?
Rural schools.
Sorry.
It's a little early here. So we go out
Yes,
to
it
rural
is.
schools. We try and get kids interested in science. We make them think that they can be scientists too. And we try and teach them generally to have fun with, exploring the world around them.
And asking questions. I remember that was a big thing
Right.
too.
We
We
want
give-
them to ask as many questions as they can. We love when they can, come up with crazy things that we have to, look up and come back to them next week. So.
Yeah, yeah. We would give stickers to them, not for answering questions, but for asking good questions.
Right.
And to encourage that behavior. What about the star party? Is a part of Dark Skies Bright Kids, is right? You want to be out under the dark skies. What is that like?
Right, so we have a star party, as you said, where, once or twice a year we go out, we invite everyone around in the Charlottesville, Albemarle County area, and we just take them out and show them the night sky. We bring the telescopes out, we show them all the constellations, we explain science, we bring some of our best demos. We just try and get the community interested in astronomy and dark skies.
Cool, cool. And so we mentioned that one of the main goals is going out to a school several weeks in a row. How much demand is Dark Skies Bright Kids these days?
Oh, we have a lot of people asking for us now. We actually have like a queue of about a year or two before we can get to any school. So.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I know. If you go to, oh gosh, the URL is www.astro.virginia.edu/dsbk. That is, you guys have an actual contact form there where schools in the Central Virginia area can request Dark Skies Bright Kids to actually come to their school. But you've got, again, a group of volunteers that are mostly graduate students doing research and classes and doing this on the side. So yeah, you guys can only hit a few schools at a time, or one school at a time.
Yeah, we love it, but we just don't always have the time to go out to every school that wants us there. So.
Yeah, yeah.
So we now have Joe up in the attic, and we're going to do wiggle time with Joe and Nicole.
Oh, damn it!
Because somebody needs to control the camera. And I don't run around. Sorry.
I don't either.
Yeah, you do. I see
know.
you do it all the time. Yes.
All right, Brian, you got to take us through wiggle time.
And I will go man the camera. And we're doing humiliate the grad student and humiliate the postdoc to bring in money. So I'm asking these two people to run around like dorks at 3:30 in the morning on a Saturday
It'll wake
because
you
we're
up.
trying to raise money for science.
Can I have like 30 minutes to go drink something that's not non-alcoholic then?
No.
We're doing it now. We probably can't hear as well, so you may have to repeat Brian's instructions to us.
Okay.
If you're closer to the camera. So, Brian,
All right.
this is your chance to make me run around like a fool.
And this is where you guys, I'm going to pick up the camera.
I'm not picking Joe up.
No, no one's picking Joe up. Joe can pick up Nicole. That's not that difficult.
That's
It's been done before. Okay. So I'm going to sit back down.
What do we do for original time?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I have the camera on Nicole and Joe. What should they be doing?
All right, we're gonna make you guys act like a rocket. This is how we get
Okay.
the kids a little bit, worn out and interested in what we're gonna do for the day. We usually do this when we're launching rockets. So what I want Joe to do, you're gonna take Nicole and lift her up on your back, sort of a piggyback style.
Here we go.
Now it doesn't look like you have too much room to run around, but the idea is you run, about halfway through your goal, and then you drop her off like you would a payload on a rocket,
Bring him up.
and you try and go the rest of the way.
Okay, so your goal is to run around, drop off your payload where it belongs, and then run back. So, so I'm thinking deposit her over in the chair in the corner.
Okay,
How's the payload doing? Did it make it?
I can orbit him for a while. I'm coming.
I love how stoic Joe was through all of that. Yes, yes, this is exactly what this is. This is. But I know you work the opposite of the children. So
You're a good payload.
Oh my god. Well, that was fun. So imagine that with like 15 screaming children.
They love it. They love racing each other. They love being the payload, being the rocket.
Joe isn't allowed to do outreach with kids. I'm all out of breath now while Pamela fixes the camera. Gosh, I hope you enjoyed that. Please donate. Oh my goodness. So did you? So we talked a bit about doing a lot of hands-on demos with the students of DSPK.
That's right.
Do you have any that you brought with you?
So I do have one demo. It's actually right behind me. You can't see it too well right now, but it's the IR camera. You're looking at it.
So IR is infrared.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So this camera picks up heat. It's a lot like a night vision goggles, where you can see the warmth coming off of something. I have a couple different demos to demonstrate this. So, you probably can't see what I just put down. What it is, it's a regular ordinary mug. It's right here.
I've drunk out of that mug.
What?
I have drunk out of that mug before. I recognize it.
But when I add a bit of hot water to it, try and do this without spilling all over my laptop, it suddenly starts to glow. If I can get it in there.
Whoa, here we go.
Better I can do this and put the actual pot right next to it. Even hotter. What's happening? Boom, water everywhere. happening is I'm getting myself wet. What's happening is you're actually seeing all the heat coming off of that, which you can't see in regular light. It's invisible to the regular eye. So another way of demonstrating that is I have a cup right here, right? You can't see through it. Do you know how much water's in it? Want to take a guess?
I'm going to guess 3/4 full.
Well, let's see what we get.
Ooh!
About halfway, you're about right.
Hey, almost.
Yeah.
So what do you have in there? So that's blue as opposed to the white of the hot water.
So the hot is white and red. Cooler is a darker blue color.
The interest of a Joe.
What are we doing? So I have 3 different things right here. That's the cool. And then this, that black, like a nice black hole, is ice water.
Oh gosh, I'm
So
being...
we show the kids that. We try and show them how heat actually puts out light and different types of light because it shows up in different colors in the IR camera.
Yeah, so then can you put yourself in the field of view?
Yeah.
I don't know how you've got it set up there.
We're supposed to show up red in IR.
It's false color.
Trying to get in the view here. There we go.
Oh, there he is. So there's a
Now,
warm
you see
Brian.
You can see my mouth change colors too. So the kids love standing in front of this camera.
What's
They
that?
love to be able to see themselves in different colored light.
Kids love to be in front of that camera.
Oh my gosh, they do. Yes, that is true. We put the kids in front of that camera and give them ice cubes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So one of the fun
they
things
love the ice cubes.
about to get water everywhere again.
Making a mess of... Is that the conference room? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the object.
With ice, you can give yourself makeup. You can give yourself a nice mustache. All over yourself. Give yourself a smiley face.
Where can I get one of these?
They
They're
cost,
very
what, half a grad
expensive.
Can't
student?
see it.
Yeah, and the kids love it because they're like, oh look, I'm painting my hair blue, but not really! And yeah, it's really cute. So yeah, Joe asks how he can get one of these cameras.
They actually sell these online.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty common, actually.
You're away from your microphone.
Sorry. So they're pretty common, actually. You can just buy them online. Not hard to get them.
But that one costs, what, a good 10,000?
Sorry,
I'm
what?
going to add it to our wish list on Amazon.
That is my favorite DSPK demo that I can't do here because we don't have one.
It's definitely a really great one for kids.
And so this one fits into a larger invisible light week, right?
Right. So during the Invisible Light Week, we take this out. We take out UV beads as well. We take them out into the sun so they can see how the actual light from the sun changes the bead's color.
Yep.
We use sun lotion to show how you can block out that light, and that there's all sorts of light that is just not normal, not light that they can't see typically.
Yeah, and that's when I used to bring in my my kitchen strainer and battery-operated radio and make a little Faraday cage out of that as well. And they thought that was great because I had a plastic one and a metal one, and I had them guess what was going on and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's so if you interested a Joe. So these demos work well for all ages, but they really do engage the kids in an inquiry-based activity. And I think this is something you guys are putting out these lesson plans as well. I know.
Right, we're putting out lesson plans for teachers to try and incorporate some of these demos into their class.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a lot of these inquiry-based activities are important for the science standards, especially the next generation science standards, which are coming out in the U.S. It's been written by representatives from 26 different states. Unfortunately, Virginia is not one of them, but hopefully it's coming down the pipeline at some point. But all these inquiry-based activities are really helpful for teachers who want to incorporate more hands-on learning in the classroom. And so these are, a lot of these activities we really, put together, there are similar types of activities around the web, and you guys put them together. But there are a few like Leo, Cass, Ori, the Wiggle Time, some of these things that just completely came out of grad students avoiding research for a day of the week and getting to do outreach with kids. Can you tell us more? So you've been with DSBK for...
I started in my first year.
Oh, so you're one of the dedicated ones. You did it when you were still in classes.
Yeah, I tried to get out as much as I can to do it because it's really fun to be with the kids.
And so what have you gotten out of this towards your... And Abel as well, what have you gotten out of doing outreach with elementary school kids as a grad student?
I mean, in my case, it really helps me sort of conceptualize what I'm trying to tell them. Like, I have to make sure I bring it down to their level and get them interested in science. It really helps me with getting people to appreciate astronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's really about communication as well and being engaging. It's one thing to say, talk about your research, and it's another to talk about your research in a way that third graders can understand.
Yeah. And sometimes they ask, even though they don't know the science and they don't know the big words, they ask some of the most insightful questions. And so you get them at a point before it's uncool to ask questions, and when their minds are still open to that, which is really fun. So what does DSBK have planned in the future? There are other projects going on outside of the after-school clubs.
Well, one of the big projects we have right now is we're actually trying to manufacture a book that we're spreading around the world to just sort of get people used to like the planets, the stars, astronomy in general. We're translating it into Spanish. We're translating it into a couple different languages right now. It's still in the production phase, but we're hoping it's going to come out soon.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this started as an art project that was done for one of the students whose primary language was Spanish. And she was kind of quieter and kept to herself and pulled away from the group a bit. And so Laura, one of our volunteers who was an education major at the time, made this art out of this collage construction paper and had the
It's
names,
truly beautiful.
yeah, had the names in English and Spanish. And so the book is called Snapshots of the Universe. I don't know what the Spanish title for that is. Yeah, so we had a bunch of grad students translate. Oh my gosh, we agonized over the text of this book because none of us have written a children's book before. I know it was translated into Spanish, and we had Greg Sivikoff on the program earlier, who's involved in translating it into French as well for the Canadian audience. And so that's been in production for a while. Can you tell us a little bit about the partnerships with that book?
I'm not too familiar with that right now, so.
Okay. Yeah. Things are changing rapidly.
Yeah. There's a lot of talk about it. We're trying to get everything figured out, so.
Gotcha. Yeah. Definitely a big project producing a children's book when you're astronomy grad students. It's a totally cool project. I know they've been trying to get partnerships in Chile, but I don't know where that's gone lately. So anything else going on that you want to share from DSBK?
Well, one of the fun things we're doing, and I brought some of them here with me, we have mascots that we take out to the schools. And we're producing a blog online where we talk about different observatories. We show pictures of like mascots like this one.
Okay, what's that one's name?
Yeah,
This one is Milky Way Mutu.
What is it?
Milky Way Mutu.
Milky Way Mutu. Okay.
There's an astronaut cow. So we let the children at the schools name the mascots, and they really love this one. He's been asked for at a lot of different events to show up. We also have some other ones who've been to some big observatories, like Sarah the terrestrial tiger.
How did you get that away from Lisa May?
Oh, I told her I was kidnapping him.
I could never get that away from her. One of the grad students, not one of the students.
We also have Meteor Shower, who's another favorite. This is from one of the older clubs, from Red Hill.
Yeah.
One of the founding clubs. They love this guy.
Yeah. You have the whole crew there.
Yeah, I brought a couple of them. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm helping actually write a blog for these guys so we can try and get kids interested in science.
Excellent.
We bring it down to their level, make it seem like just a fun adventure from the perspective of these guys, while trying to get them interested in what we're actually doing out in the world.
Yeah, so that's part of the that also came out of the kind of the wiggle time ideas that if a kid is acting up or getting distracted, you can hand them the mascot and be like, here, play with Buzznot, hang out with Tara. But then we take them all over the world, and they get to see pictures of these guys. I had one of the little bees with me in South Africa. Buzznot's traveled with me. Buzznot met James Randi. I have a picture of Buzznot with James Randi. Yeah,
and that's an idea that we've carried on with Chuck the squirrel. And this has been one of the really great things about being able to hire Nicole is she has all of this experience working with kids and all of these relationships with DSBK, and so we're working to build these relationships. And I know wherever she goes with CosmoQuest, DSBK goes with her, and so we've had a lot of your outreach activities and certainly comments at just about everything we've done, as long as there hasn't been a health and safety concern. I draw the line when I have to fill out too much paperwork.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah, so DSBK is doing great things, and actually, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Gail Zazowski, who's another DSBK alum, gave a talk at AAS for middle school students, and in her introduction, they talked specifically about how she worked with Dark Skies Bright Kids, which is quickly becoming a highly regarded outreach program within the American Astronomical Society. A lot of people are impressed with the work you guys are doing, and really making a name for DSBK with the lesson plans you're putting out, and the incredible response you've gotten from the Central Virginia community. So it's all awesome stuff. And I know that there's some work within the university to spread that to other science departments as well, I think.
Right.
So you guys have a bigger collaboration that's growing too.
We're trying to work with the chemistry department, which also has an outreach group, and we're trying to make it a bigger collaborative effort.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys are actually building a proper science outreach program at UVA. Yeah, and then we're DSBK is spreading its alumni all over the globe. We've got Abel in Singapore right now, so continuing the good outreach work there.
And when you have that book ready, we will certainly help promote it. One of the things that we've tried to communicate over and over throughout this, now we're into what, hour 16?
A lot.
Yeah.
Number. N greater than 10.
Yeah, of this hangout. One of the things that we've worked to communicate over and over throughout this Hangoutathon is we are one community trying to do and share science, and your goals are our goals, and we will support you however we can. And we'd ask those of you who are out there watching, as we enter the wee hours of the morning here in North America and dinner time in Australia, our audience numbers are down a bit. There's still a lot of you out there, and that's kind of awesome. You can take a moment to tweet out to get other people listening, other people engaged, and learning all the great things that's going on. We'd really appreciate it. I've been watching as our comment tracker slows down, and I took my Google Glass off because the tweets just weren't coming in anymore. And we can see the numbers fluctuating, so we know people are coming in. So if you could just talk to us, we'd appreciate that as we head towards 4 a.m.
Are there ways that if people are interested in what DSBK does, that they could either help you guys out, or maybe if they want to take that idea to their community, could you give some suggestions?
All right, so you mentioned our website earlier. We have a lot of the information on there for how to contact us, how to get some of the lesson plans, some of our materials off of there. So just to go over that again, that's www.astro.virginia.edu/DSBK. So on that website, we talk about our mission statement. We try and give everyone all the information needed to get involved and take some of our ideas, spread it out into the world.
And I know you guys have a donation link there as well. And for a while there was an Amazon wish list. I don't know if that's still running, but you guys were taking donations of anything from snacks to keep the kids fed during the after-school program to art supplies and things like that were consumables. So there are ways you can help that program out from afar.
We're always looking for things to help, make the kids enjoy it more and, do a better job with the schools.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. We have a comment from Infinity Drew saying that star parties are the best ways to get kids into astronomy. I just came home from a lecture by Alex Filippenko at I can't pronounce that. Tallampais. After the lecture, we had a star party and the kids loved it, especially the green lasers. Never let the kids handle the green lasers,
No,
guys.
no,
Never.
don't.
Not even undergrads, sorry.
No.
But the way Filippenko said, Lick Observatory is in danger of losing its funding by next year. It's unfortunate that science gets hit really bad. So unfortunate news about funding again all around, but really glad to hear that there are kids enjoying a star party somewhere else tonight, right now. So that's really cool. Even though it's raining here, we didn't get anything. So yeah.
Yeah, the funding cuts that we're facing here at CosmoQuest, these are kind of universal. They're coming down from Congress. It's not that we personally lost a grant. It's that the White House budget proposes cutting science education out of NASA entirely. And so what we face is universal. And then sequestration is causing a lot of cuts as well. Everything from the Blue Angels aren't flying to national parks are closing early to visitor centers are getting shut down to education programs are being told stay home. And your donations allow us to help the entire community. When we're done paying our bills, we're going to work to contract out great people who are normally doing amazing things, but who are going to be losing their jobs as an effect of these budget cuts. We started hearing news about people losing their jobs at other institutions last week.
Yeah, sorry to tell you guys are also early career scientists, so it's not great out there, but we're all doing the best we can. So keep doing. So we want to make sure to end this segment on a more positive note. Maybe Abel, do you have any last comments or words on either DSBK or your experiences in Singapore doing city astronomy?
Well, I think DSBK is a very important and valuable program, but what's really made it so great is that it's involved the community. Mm-hmm. And I think people really like the program because it's astronomy. It's something that kids want to learn about. And there you've not just taken something popular, you've gone and made it fun, which I think it's a really great thing that DSBK has gotten so popular. And well, it's really been great to work with DSBK, and I'm very sure a lot of people would also wish that you guys had a lot more people to have after-school clubs. But I think one step at a time, and a lot of it has to also come from the community. I think when people who have worked with DSBK graduate and go all over the world, we end up having an idea of how to do outreach and do it really great.
And that communication aspect, which is important,
yes.
even for if you're doing research or teaching.
Yes, and I think it's helped a lot with my teaching as well, because you tend to think in ways that non-scientists think. So it's also great for grad students to participate. And perhaps some of you listening out there who are in different institutions might want to think about starting your own program. It's a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding.
Yes. It's very much a labor of love. It's it's something different from what you do every day as a grad student, and you benefit so much from it.
And the part these guys aren't talking about because they're early career and not worrying about it, because it worked for them, is doing things like this opens the door for careers. I was part of Science Theater at Michigan State, a organization that took science into the schools through hands-on demos and stage shows. And that helped me land the positions I had later in life. Part of how Nicole got her job is I watched her doing amazing outreach at Dragon Con, doing hands-on demos at the Star Party fundraisers each year. and I watched what she was doing on Twitter, helping to communicate astronomy while struggling her way through her dissertation, as all of us struggle our ways through our dissertations. And it was just a chance to see that she really was a solid communicator who had the experience and was ready to jump in. I needed someone to take over half my travel, and she's done it. I didn't make executive platinum on American Airlines last year, but if you add our miles together, it's what I did the year before. And so doing outreach, you're doing great things for society, and you're also getting the life skills that you need to be solid educators in the future that will help land you jobs that ask you to be more than just someone who can write journal articles, but to be someone who can communicate and get those ideas across, because those are skills you also need in grant writing, which is the next big thing that you're going to get to learn how to do.
Well, I tried, and then they pulled the funding call.
Yeah. Poor Nicole had done all the research on what was going to need to go into the NASA Roses EPOS grant that we were going to be putting in that would have been due at the end of May. We were at the outlining and beginning to draft text stage, and we got an email from NASA saying that the grant was
indefinitely postponed.
Yeah.
So yeah, my grant writing skills are still waiting because I started and then there was no grant. So
yeah,
it's all good. Brian, do you want to give in any last words about DSBK and the outreach that you're doing?
I mean, I definitely agree with what Abel was saying about DSBK. I think it's a great gateway to science and to, an interest in the world around us. It's a great opportunity to get kids, really trying to think about what's important out there and to really know or to really appreciate the world as it is. So I'm glad that I have the chance to work with DSBK. I'm glad that the schools want us to come out there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes in the next few years.
And in addition to the outreach and communication skills, you will get certain organizational skills, especially as you get more sucked in your third year. You get to learn how nonprofits run, so have fun with that as well. It's a whole nother layer of job skill there for you. So thank you guys both so much for joining us. Abel, looks like you were going to enjoy the sunshine for the rest of the day.
We are envious of your beautiful weather as we get rained on.
Yes, and Brian, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're having a good time, and enjoy your third year. It's a transition to go from doing classes all the time to doing research all the time.
Nice honeymoon year.
Yeah, a little bit, or a lot. I remember at the end of my third year being so frustrated because everything I tried didn't work. And Scott Ransom looks at me, he goes, "Welcome to research." Like,
yeah.
You're gonna have those
this
times.
is normal.
Yeah, that is normal. So thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for sharing the IR camera with us.
And if you can tell us what it is, I was lost on the internet trying to find a good IR camera. If you can share that out, we'll share it out with everyone else.
Yeah, email me or chat that at me.
No problem.
I don't know if it's this. I don't know if there was ever an instruction booklet. I know there's one that Gail and I made one night in our apartment. I don't know if that's still with the rest of the camera. We had a space helmet. It was silly. So yeah, if you can share that out. I know UVA has it because there's an infrared instrumentation lab, and that's why we got to use it. But yeah, that would be good if you can share that.
And thank you for joining us from Singapore. Love your city, hate your tall buildings for trying to look at things in the sky. And it's awesome to hear how you're making the best of it.
Thank you for having me on.
Awesome.
It's been a great time chatting with you.
Yeah. Good
Very
to see
cool.
you again. Good to see you again. Maybe later I'll pull out the video. Actually, no, I never got sent the video of you being knighted, Abel. At our dissertation party.
Oh.
I asked Kristen for it, and apparently someone's giggling too close to the microphone, and you can't actually hear anything that they're saying. But yeah, we have fun too. Even when we work hard, we got knighted at our dissertation party, so with a lightsaber. All right, thanks, guys. I'll
All right.
stop rambling.
Thanks for having me.
What's that? Yes, thanks for coming. Thanks for waking up so gosh darn early and to be on the show. So, thanks, guys.
We go out, we invite everyone around in the Charlottesville, Albemarle County area, and we just take them out and show them the night sky. We bring the telescopes out, we show them all the constellations, we explain science, we bring some of our best demos. We just try and get the community interested in astronomy and dark skies.
Cool, cool. And so we mentioned that one of the main goals is going out to a school several weeks in a row. How much demand is Dark Skies Bright Kids these days?
Oh, we have a lot of people asking for us now. We actually have like a queue of about a year or two before we can get to any school. So
Wow. Yeah, I know. If you go to, oh gosh, the URL is www.astro.virginia.edu/dsbk. That is, you guys have an actual contact form there where schools in the Central Virginia area can request Dark Skies Bright Kids to actually come to their school. But you've got, again, a group of volunteers that are mostly graduate students with very little clue of how to do education with children. Where are you guys now?
So right now we are still holding to one of the main goals. We go out to urban schools and we try and teach kids to enjoy science.
Rural schools, sorry.
Sorry, what?
Rural schools?
Rural schools.
Sorry.
It's a little early here. So we go out to rural schools. We try and get kids interested in science. We make them think that they can be scientists too. And we try and teach them generally to have fun with, exploring the world around them.
And asking questions. I remember that was a big thing, too.
Right. We want them to ask as many questions as they can. We love when they can, come up with crazy things that we have to, look up and come back to them next week. So.
Yeah. We would give stickers to them, not for answering questions, but for asking good questions.
Right.
And to encourage that behavior. What about the star party? Is a part of Dark Skies Bright Kids, is right? You want to be out under the dark skies. What is that like?
Right. So we have a star party, as you said, where once or twice a year.
Hey, Brian.
Hello. Hey.
Hi. So this is Brian Prager, who is tell me what year you are. Third year?
Rising third year, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel so old.
So fast.
Brian Prager's a rising third-year grad student at UVA. No, because I remember when he started. I was doing one of the workshops.
3 years ago.
Oh, shut up. So, Brian, so you're in Charlottesville, Virginia. Are you actually at the office? Are you home?
I'm at the office right now.
You're at the office. Yay. Don't scare the janitor by sleeping on the couch. I did that.
He already saw me, so.
Oh, okay. So you're good. Okay. And you are a current member of Dark Skies Bright Kids. We were just, Abel and I were reminiscing what it was like doing the activities, doing wiggle time, doing things with liquid nitrogen.
Can you do wiggle time with our audience?
Can I do wiggle time with our audience?
Yes.
You want me to run around the attic?
Yes. Let's get Joe up here.
Have everyone do payload tag.
Oh, I haven't heard this one. What's
that one?
payload tag?
So payload tag is where we have the kids actually carry each other on their back and run around like rockets, and they drop the payload off halfway through.
That's fantastic. I never did that because my knees hurt, so I didn't do wiggle time. So do you participate in wiggle time?
I've done it once or twice.
Okay.
As a third year, I'm now getting more time to go out to some of those events. So.
Yes, that's right. Now you're done with your classes. Congratulations. That's a big step. That's a big step. Have you done Casleo Ori?
I have not.
Okay, I was trying to understand. I was trying to remember what the rules of that game were, but I don't. Yes, Pamela did put her Google glasses on the stuffed bear, behind us.
The bear of charging.
The bear of charging.
I'll share a picture on Google Plus so you can see what I mean.
So Brian, what is DSBK up to now? When it started, it was a ragtag bunch of volunteers going out to schools, doing research and classes, and doing this on the side. So yeah, you guys can only hit a few schools at a time, or one school at a time.
Yeah, we love it, but we just don't always have the time to go out to every school that wants us there. So.
Yeah.
So we now have Joe up in the attic. And we're going to do wiggle time with Joe and Nicole.
Oh, damn it!
Because somebody needs to control the camera. And I don't run around. Sorry.
I don't either.
Yeah, you do. I see you do it all the time. Yes.
All right, Brian, you got to take us through Wiggle Time.
And I will go man the camera. And we're doing humiliate the grad student and humiliate the postdoc to bring in money. So I'm asking these two people to run around like dorks at 3:30 in the morning on a Saturday
It'll wake
because
you
we're
up.
trying to raise money for science.
We had like 3 minutes